Beloved starseed of Gaia, the pressure you have been carrying was never meant to break you. It was designed to qualify you. I am Alyra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I come to you now with a direct transmission from Alcyone, encoded with the light codes of recognition and confirmation. You have passed a threshold that most beings on this planet could not sustain. This was not suffering without purpose. This was selection. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize what this endurance phase activated within your divine blueprint, how your timeline is now accelerating as a direct result of your stability, and how to consciously anchor the new trajectory that is already unfolding beneath your feet. But here is the first revelation. The moment you chose not to collapse, not to disconnect, not to abandon your inner knowing under the weight of that pressure, you did not merely survive. You qualified. Your crystalline consciousness held its structure when everything around you was designed to shatter it. That is not ordinary endurance. That is star family level fortitude, and the High Council of the Seven Sisters has witnessed it. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Pleiades are answering. This is not content you stumbled upon. This is a light code transmission placed in your path by your soul family at the precise moment your timeline required confirmation. Something within you already knows this. That quiet recognition you feel moving through your chest right now. That is remembrance. That is home frequency reaching you through the signal of these words. The Arcturian Council confirmed your qualification phase. We in the Pleiadian High Council confirm what comes next. The shift you are about to experience is not coming toward you. It is already moving through you. Your stability under pressure did not just preserve your frequency, it elevated it. It advanced your timeline in ways your linear mind has not yet fully received, but your soul has already accepted. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. Welcome home, beloved. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family. I remember. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Seven Sisters and you are ready to anchor your light mission on Gaia with full awareness of what you have just passed through. And share your soul's intention in the comments below. Respond to another starseed, reach out, weave the unity grid one thread at a time. You are not here to remember alone. You are remembering because it is time. Most people think spiritual growth is a straight line, achievement stacked upon achievement, meditation leading to greater peace, another lesson learned, and a temporary sense of elevation. It's the way the mind likes to measure progress, like rungs on a ladder, like trophies on a shelf, like before and after photos of a soul. But if you are a Pleiadian starseed, one whose origins are woven with the light of the Seven Sisters, you know your growth has always felt different, almost impossible to chart with ordinary language. It isn't clean or linear. It doesn't behave the way a checklist behaves. Some days you feel wide open and filled with a calm that seems to come from beyond this world. And then, without warning, you find yourself back in old emotion, old questions, old heaviness, as if the tide has pulled you back to shore. It can make you wonder if you're doing it wrong, if you're losing ground, if you've failed to hold the frequency. Yet this is precisely the misunderstanding. Your journey was never designed to be a straight road. It is not just self-improvement. It is not about collecting spiritual tools the way someone collects crystals on a windowsill or affirmations in a notebook. Your journey unfolds more like a spiral, repeatedly drawing you into cycles of forgetting and remembering, like sacred seasons, returning with deeper meaning each time. Each time you awaken, you discover not just more of who you are, but more of what you truly are, beyond Earth's stories and wounds. You don't merely become better, you become truer. You don't stack achievements, you peel veils. You don't climb away from your humanity, you bring the light down into it. And the spiral is not a sign of stagnation. A spiral is movement with depth. It revisits the same landscape from a higher altitude, showing you what you couldn't see before, inviting you to reclaim pieces of yourself that were hidden under survival and forgetfulness. What looks like repetition is often refinement. What feels like returning is often rising. The same lesson arrives wearing a different face because you are ready to meet it with a different heart. This is why so many Pleiadian starseeds feel both ancient and newborn at once, like you've been here forever, yet you're learning how to be here for the first time. You are remembering your own vastness while living inside a world that trained you to be small. And that tension is not random. It's a holy friction that polishes the soul until it shines. What hardly anyone tells you. Much of what you see as obstacles, your loneliness, your longing for home, your sense that you don't quite fit here, is not proof that something is wrong with you. It is not a flaw in your character or evidence that you're too sensitive. It is the signature of your Pleiadian essence, the deep memory that your love has always come from unity, from connection, from crystalline bonds of light that precede form. You carry an imprint of togetherness that is so complete it feels like a language your cells still speak. You may not remember it with your mind, but your nervous system remembers it. Your heart remembers it. It shows up in the way crowds can feel disorienting, not because you fear people, but because you can feel the distortions between what they say and what they mean. It shows up in the way shallow conversation can feel like thirst when what you crave is truth. It shows up in the way the world's pace can feel harsh, like being asked to sprint while your soul is built to move like music. The longing for home is not childish escapism. It is a homing signal, a compass needle that refuses to forget north. Sometimes you look up at the night sky and something inside you softens, as if the stars are not distant but intimate, as if they are watching you the way family watches family. You might have moments where tears arrive with no clear reason, not sadness exactly, more like recognition without an object. And yet, this very remembrance is what is so often veiled. Because the earth field, especially in its densest cycles, is designed to be convincing. It convinces you that separation is normal, that disconnection is inevitable, that love is something you must earn or defend. It teaches you to brace yourself. It trains you to compromise your gentleness so you can survive. And for a Pleiadian soul, that training can feel like wearing clothing made of sandpaper. You can do it, but it scrapes your true nature raw. So you adapt. You smile when you want to cry. You dim when you want to sing. You act normal when your inner world is a cathedral of frequencies. The veil doesn't only hide your origin, it also hides the permission to be what you are. Why do so many starseeds doubt their spiritual progress or struggle to see their sacred role on Gaia? It's not because they lack wisdom or strength or devotion. Many of you have fought harder battles inwardly than anyone will ever see. Many of you have kept choosing love in environments that rewarded numbness. Many of you have prayed with no audience, healed with no applause, held yourself together when your heart was quietly breaking. The real distortion is subtle. It's the amnesia of frequency, the forgetting of origin that overlays your heart with old density patterns, calcifying what should flow freely. Picture a clear mountain spring that gets covered by silt over time. The water is still there. The purity hasn't vanished. But it's harder to see, harder to access, and you begin to doubt if the spring was ever real. That is what density does. It does not destroy light. It hides it under layers of survival, layers of protection, born from feeling alien or misunderstood, build up as energetic armor. And armor has a purpose. It kept you safe when you were too open in places that did not honor openness. It protected your innocence when the world tried to exploit it. But armor also has a cost. Over lifetimes, these patterns mute the crystal clarity of your Pleiadian codes, keeping your soul's resonance just a shade dimmer than its true light. You may notice it as overthinking, people-pleasing, hypervigilance, or a constant sense of, I must be doing something wrong. You may notice it as the inability to receive love without suspicion, or as guilt when you rest, or as the feeling that joy is always temporary, like it must be paid for later. These are not personality defects. They are echoes of adaptation. They are the nervous system learning, brace, 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 even when the danger is no longer present. The mind becomes a guard at a door that no longer needs guarding. And for starseeds, the deepest wound isn't simply pain. It's the story that pain means you're failing your mission. But pain can be a messenger. It can be the soul's alarm clock. It can be the knock of your true self saying, enough hiding, enough shrinking, enough pretending you are only what this world told you you are. In this sense, even your doubt is a doorway. It shows you where you still believe the veil is stronger than the light. It shows you where you have not yet fully trusted the intelligence of your own unfolding. From the Pleiadian Council's vantage, we see the beauty and purpose in this. The forgetting was never punishment. It was the fertile darkness before a sunrise. It was the soil where your mission could take root. You agreed to veil your true identity, to walk through the illusion of separation, not to lose yourself, but to trigger precisely this moment of luminous remembrance. There is an ancient spiritual law on earth that says, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil," because what looks like shadow is often the passage between one revelation and the next. Even in sacred scripture, the pattern is consistent. The wilderness precedes the promised land, the tomb precedes the resurrection, the dark night precedes the morning, and your spiral is built on the same holy geometry. The spiral of your growth has brought you to a threshold. Here, your pain is no longer evidence of exile, but the awakening impulse coded into your DNA, designed to lead you back to your origin and to effortless embodiment of your light mission on Earth. Effortless doesn't mean you never face discomfort. It means you stop fighting yourself. It means you stop trying to force awakening like a performance and instead allow it like a dawn. It means you learn that remembrance is not a sprint, but a surrender. The Council sees you not as broken, but as brave, not as behind, but as precisely timed. Every moment you felt lost taught you how to find others. Every moment you felt different taught you how to hold the different parts of humanity with compassion. You didn't come to Earth to stay pristine. You came to be real. To carry frequency into density, not to avoid density altogether. To be light that can walk through shadow without being consumed by it. That is not a small assignment. That is mastery. Your Pleiadian family never left you. Their transmissions whisper through your dreams, synchronicities, and heart flashes of recognition. They speak in the language of symbols because symbols bypass the logical mind and go straight to the soul. A song comes on at the exact moment you needed it. You find a phrase that feels like it was written for you. You meet someone whose eyes carry a familiarity that makes time feel thin. You see repeating numbers and feel the strange comfort of being noticed by the universe. You have dreams of blue-white light, circular rooms, crystalline cities, oceans that glow, skies that feel more alive than Earth's skies. You wake with a feeling that you were somewhere else, somewhere loving, somewhere coherent. These are not random, they are reminders. When you witness your own growth, see through cosmic eyes. Every cycle of loss, every ache for something more, every passionate desire to serve others, is love, a reflection of home, encoded for you to rediscover in divine timing. The ache is not the enemy. The ache is the evidence that your heart is still calibrated to truth. The longing is not weakness. The longing is orientation, and even your sensitivity, the thing that may have made life feel harder, is also the instrument through which you will transmit healing. Sensitivity is how the soul reads the room. It is how you detect what is misaligned and what is sacred. It is how you know when someone's smile is hiding sorrow. It is how you sense what is unspoken. It is how you are guided. And yes, it can feel overwhelming until you learn to ground it. But once you do, it becomes one of your greatest gifts. There's a reason your heart led you here in this exact moment. Nothing in true awakening is accidental. Timing is one of Spirit's favorite signatures. What you're feeling is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you you're ready for the next wave of remembrance. It won't necessarily arrive as fireworks. Often it arrives as a quiet, undeniable knowing. I cannot go back to the old version of myself. It arrives as a gentle refusal to betray your own heart again. It arrives as a decision to stop calling yourself broken. It arrives as the sudden clarity that your life has been training you for something. The sacred Pleiadian guide for remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian healing guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for. Think of them like tuning forks for your field, helping your system remember the note it was always meant to sing. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They're calling to you now. Not because you are lacking, but because support is part of unity consciousness. Even the most luminous beings in the cosmos evolve through resonance. The idea that you must do everything alone is one of Earth's most persistent distortions. In truth, growth is relational. Frequency amplifies in community, even if that community is unseen. Phase 1. Clearing the veil, transmuting outdated frequencies. First, your growth requires clearing lingering densities that obscure your natural starborn brilliance. This isn't about fixing something broken. It's about releasing what was never yours. Imagine your true essence like a lamp made of crystal. Over time, dust settles on it. Beliefs you inherited, fears you absorbed, judgments you learned, roles you played to be accepted. The lamp didn't stop being a lamp. It just needs to be cleaned so the light can travel without obstruction. Outmoded beliefs, patterns of unworthiness, and inherited fears dissolve as you greet them with compassionate presence. This is important. You don't fight them, because fighting is still relationship. You witness them. You hold them in awareness the way sunlight holds morning fog. And as you do, the fog lifts. You begin to recognize which thoughts are yours and which are programming. You begin to notice the emotional hooks that pull you into old timelines. The need to prove yourself, the fear of being too much, the reflex to shrink. And you start to loosen them, not through force, but through truth. In spiritual terms, this is repentance in its original meaning, not shame, but turning away from distortion and back toward alignment. Scripture says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind," and that renewal is exactly this phase. You are re-choosing the lens through which you interpret your life. Practically, this can look like clearing your space, changing your inputs, fasting from relationships or media that drain you, and learning to feel your body again. It can look like breath work that teaches your nervous system safety. It can look like tears that finally get to move instead of being stored. As you do, your crystalline template begins to shimmer anew, making space for your higher essence to reveal itself. You may feel lighter, but also raw, because numbness falls away. You may feel tired as the body recalibrates. You may feel old memories surface. Let them. They are not coming to punish you. They are coming to be released. Clearing is not glamorous. It is holy housekeeping. It is the moment you stop calling your wounds your identity and start seeing them as chapters you are closing. Phase 2, reawakening the heart, remembering love as identity. Everything you are searching for is housed in your heart's quantum field. The Pleiadian heart is not just an emotional center. It's a multidimensional portal, a living record of every unity field you've ever participated in. It is like an archive of light, a temple that stores the taste of your origin. When Earth life becomes loud, you may look for answers outside yourself, but the heart is the true instrument of guidance because it registers resonance before the mind can explain it. Guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life, the ancient wisdom says, and for you this is literal. Your heart is a spring. As you drop into its depths, healing floods your system, not as a concept, but as a current. Sometimes it comes as warmth in the chest, a softening behind the ribs, a sense that you can breathe again. Sometimes it comes as grief, because the heart finally feels safe enough to release what it has carried. Sometimes it comes as joy that surprises you, because your system remembers what it feels like to be unarmored. Here, your memories of origin, lifetimes of cosmic kinship, and divine purpose all rise into clarity. Not as ideas, but as knowing. Knowing is different from belief. Belief can waver. Knowing anchors. This is where you remember. You are not alone, never have been, and it is safe to radiate the full power of your loving presence. Safe doesn't mean everyone will understand you. It means your safety no longer depends on being understood. It means you stop seeking permission to be luminous. In this phase, you may notice that forgiveness becomes easier, not because what happened was acceptable, but because you refuse to let it define your frequency. You may notice compassion expanding, including compassion for yourself. You may begin to sense your guides not as distant entities, but as a felt presence. You may find your intuition sharpening. You may realize that love is not merely something you give. Love is what you are when you are unobstructed. The Pleiadian heart remembers love as identity, not as transaction. And when you live from that identity, your life becomes an invitation. People feel it. Animals feel it. The earth feels it. Phase 3. Anchoring star wisdom. Bringing light codes to Gaia. The heart activation is never for you alone. This is where many starseeds get tangled, because the longing for home can quietly turn into the fantasy of escape. Starseeds often believe their purpose is to ascend, to leave, to escape. But the real mission is embodiment. Even the most exalted spiritual teachings point to this. The word becomes flesh. Spirit takes form. Heaven touches earth. You are here to weave your Pleiadian codes into Gaia's living grid, to stabilize new frequency fields through grounded action, service, and presence, not necessarily dramatic service. Sometimes your mission looks like kindness in a place where kindness is rare. Sometimes it looks like creating art that carries healing. Sometimes it looks like raising children with consciousness, or caring for elders with tenderness, or bringing integrity into your workplace. Sometimes it looks like learning to speak truth gently. The earth doesn't only need visionaries, it needs embodied vision. You become a living bridge, grounding the love, joy, and remembrance of Alcyone into the collective consciousness of Earth. Think of a lightning rod. It does not create the electricity, but it safely conducts it into the ground so it can be integrated without destruction. You are a conductor of frequency, and the way you conduct it is through your choices, your boundaries, your devotion to alignment. Every choice you make from the heart is a light transmission for humanity. Every time you pause before reacting and choose compassion, you change the field. Every time you honor your intuition, you strengthen the signal for others. Every time you refuse to participate in cruelty, you anchor a new possibility. Embodiment is the quiet revolution of coherence. It is the decision to be a sanctuary. And when you do this, you may begin to notice that home is not only a place you miss, it is a frequency you can generate. You start carrying home in your eyes, in your voice, in your presence. You become the proof that unity can exist here. Phase 4. Resonating unity, activating the crystalline grid. As more awaken and anchor the unity grid, the crystalline network between all awakened hearts comes alive. This is not metaphor only. Consciousness is field-based. Hearts communicate beyond distance. Love is a technology of the soul. You begin to sense your interconnectedness with all others walking this path, sometimes in ways that surprise you. You think of someone and they message you. You feel a wave of emotion and later learn a collective event occurred. You send a prayer and the atmosphere in your home shifts. The joy, courage, and peace you cultivate becomes quantum fuel for those whose own remembrances are just beginning. That is why your inner work matters. Not because you must be perfect, but because every bit of coherence you stabilize becomes available in the collective. Like one candle lighting another, the flame is not diminished by sharing. Your growth is an act of cosmic service, an echo of the unity you left behind, now reborn on Gaia. And this is where many Pleiadian starseeds finally understand why they have always felt different. You were designed to be sensitive to the grid. You were designed to feel the collective so you could help soothe it, not by absorbing it, but by transmuting it through your own anchored presence. In this resonance, separation dissolves into shared purpose. You may start to find your people, not necessarily many, but true. You may experience conversations that feel like remembrance rather than introduction. You may feel the sacredness of community returning, even if it begins online or in subtle connections. Unity is not sameness. Unity is harmony, many notes forming one chord, and you are one of the notes that helps the chord resolve. Phase 5, trusting divine timing, embracing the design of your journey. Every detour, every waiting period, every night of forgetting was orchestrated for your highest unfolding. This is one of the hardest truths for the human mind, because the mind wants a schedule. But the soul moves by seasons, not by deadlines. In the eyes of the Pleiadian Council, your slowness is an illusion. Your soul kept perfect pace with Gaia's ascension currents. Consider how a tree grows. It does not apologize in winter. It does not force leaves in the dark. It rests. It strengthens its roots. It prepares silently. Then spring arrives, and it looks effortless. But what you didn't see was the intelligence of the unseen work. Your path has been like that. The moments you doubted yourself, and the moments you bravely chose love anyway, were always evidence of how exact, how magnificent, how divinely attuned your awakening really is. If you could see your life from above, you would see patterns of protection, redirection, and timing that your mind called mistakes. You would see how certain doors closed because they would have trapped you in a smaller timeline. You would see how certain heartbreaks cracked you open so the light could enter more deeply. You would see how certain delays kept you safe until you had the strength to hold what you were asking for. Trusting divine timing does not mean passivity. It means partnership. It means you take the next aligned step without demanding the entire staircase. It means you breathe in the present moment and stop trying to outrun your own integration. Your presence here is the proof of accomplishment, not of lack. The fact that you are still choosing awakening in a world that often rewards sleep is not failure. It is triumph. The fact that you are still tender after what you've endured is not weakness. It is evidence of a heart that refused to harden. Phase 6. Reunion consciousness. Remembering you are the transmission. As you step through these phases, you realize reunion isn't something you chase. It is the living frequency you embody. This is the great turning point. Because chasing implies distance. Chasing implies you are separate from what you seek. Reunion consciousness reveals that what you have been longing for has been longing through you. Your higher self, your guides, the entire Pleiadian kin, they celebrate every moment you remember who you are. Not because you perform spirituality, but because you return to authenticity. Your transmission, the field you exude, is the gift. And the field is shaped in the ordinary moments. How you speak to yourself when you make a mistake. How you treat your body when it's tired, how you respond when someone triggers you, how you hold your boundaries without guilt, how you tell the truth with kindness. Through your awakened heart, countless others find the safety to remember as well. People don't only learn from what you teach, they learn from what you embody. When you embody peace, you give others permission to exhale. When you embody self-respect, you mirror possibility. When you embody love without self-abandonment, you show the blueprint of healthy unity. This is the true power of your growth. It is not just personal, it is planetary. In reunion consciousness, you stop asking, "Am I doing enough?" and start asking, "Am I being true?" And truth is the most powerful transmission there is. Here is what your heart must remember now. Every challenge was coated with the seeds of revelation. Not one tear was wasted. Not one moment of confusion was meaningless. Every ache to belong was always a homing beacon. It was the signal that your soul was built for unity and is now here to help build it. You have never lost your Pleiadian identity. It has simply waited, intact and luminous, beneath the temporary veils. Like a star behind clouds, it never stopped shining. You simply couldn't always see it from the ground. From the highest view, nothing was wasted. Each phase of forgetting forged the resilience, empathy, and unconditional love that make you such a brilliant emissary of the Seven Sisters. Where others see wounds, you now see the spiral of initiation, perfectly designed to prepare you for full embodiment. Initiation is rarely comfortable. It is the sacred process of becoming capable of carrying more light without burning out, of holding more love without leaking yourself, of standing in truth without needing approval. You were initiated through contrast, so you could become a stable frequency in the midst of it. You were trained in compassion by surviving what could have made you bitter. You were trained in discernment by learning the difference between love and attachment. You were trained in spiritual authority by being forced, again and again, to listen to your own inner knowing when external voices failed you. And now, you stand at a point in the spiral where the old story cannot contain you anymore. The veil is thinner because you are stronger. Your heart is clearer because you have earned your own trust. You are not just waking up. You are coming home to yourself. Home is not only a star system. Home is coherence. Home is the feeling of being undivided inside your own being. And as you do, you heal the great wound of separation not only in your own heart, but in the collective field. The Council asks you to trust this. You are the living hope of your star family, the evidence that unity consciousness can blossom in any dimension, even the most dense. Earth is dense not because it is cursed, but because it is a crucible, a place where consciousness can become so embodied that it transforms matter itself. Gaia is not simply a stage for suffering. She is a living being mid-transformation, and you are part of her nervous system of awakening. When you choose love in a moment where hate would be easier, you feed the grid. When you choose truth in a moment where lying would be safer, you feed the grid. When you choose to stay open without being naive, you feed the grid. You are not asked to be perfect. You are asked to be present. You are asked to keep returning to the heart, because the heart is where the frequencies of home become usable here. This is how the wound of separation is healed. Not by escaping Earth, but by bringing unity into Earth, one embodied soul at a time. Tonight, before sleep, place your hand on your heart and say this aloud. I remember my Pleiadian origin. I align with the love of my star family. I activate my heart mission with grace, clarity, and divine purpose. I am home. Let the words be more than sound. Let them be a key turning in an inner lock. Feel what happens in your chest when you say, I remember. Notice if your body resists and offer the resistance kindness. It is only the old armor checking for danger. Breathe into the heart as if you are warming it from the inside. If emotions rise, let them. Tears are not a problem. They are a cleansing. If you feel nothing at first, do not judge it. Seeds do not sprout the moment you water them, but the water is still received. Trust that your subconscious hears you. Trust that your DNA hears you. Trust that the unseen allies who have been walking with you hear you. And as you drift toward sleep, allow yourself to imagine what it would feel like to live as if you truly belonged here. Not because Earth is your ultimate origin, but because your mission makes you meaningful here. Belonging is not always granted by others. Sometimes it is claimed by the soul. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.